It's 5:06. As you make your plans for the holidays, gas prices are still high, but for the first time, and get this, 1,308 days, the national average is under that $3 gallon mark.
Okay, so we just checked the latest numbers from Gas Buddy. Unfortunately, the average here in Phoenix still above $3, but we are seeing prices well below that $3 mark in certain spots across the valley.
You got to know where to go, and our Jamie Warren joins us now in Phoenix with why that is. And Jamie, you're also looking for ways for our smart shoppers to save even more.
Good morning, Megan and Nick. We know that a lot of families are still working really hard to make ends meet right now, but this latest data shows that when you look back at 2015, so think 10 years ago now, the affordability level of a gallon of gas is actually where it was 10 years ago. That's not counting all of those months during the pandemic, and that downward trend is promising for some of the drivers that I spoke with. Take a listen.
Instead of spending a lot on my vehicle here, I can, buy groceries that are still kind of up, but you can see a little decline on a few things. Feels good, confident, more money in my pocket.
Okay, so that was a local driver, Robert Garza, who I caught up with as he was filling up on his way into work, giving us an optimistic view of this. But as you do reap the benefits now, Patrick DeHaan at Gas Buddy tells me it is a closing window of opportunity. He anticipates prices going up again late January, early February. That is typical. He says it's supply and demand. Prices always drop in the winter in other parts of the country because less people are driving because of the weather, less people are going to work and school because of vacations. However, Arizona is above the national average because we do rely on refineries in California, which are different than other parts of the country. But overall, he says globally, a lot of things that caused prices to spike have finally settled down.
There's been a lot of distance between the pandemic, which did have a major impact on gas prices. Even Russia's war in Ukraine now is 1,000 days old, so there's not quite the amount of risk. And that's why on a yearly basis, prices last year were lower than the year prior, and now this year were lower than last year.
He says there were also numerous problems at refineries within the past few years that were causing higher prices. We're not seeing those problems at this moment. Now, I have spoken with drivers, including the one who you heard from at the top of the show, who tells me that they believe that the election has played a role in the decline. Now, DeHaan tells me that is not the case because it is supply and demand, not who is picked as president. But experts say that policy changes can have a slight impact, although there haven't been any policy changes just yet. But let's talk about some ways to save this morning, because the best thing you can do, DeHaan says, is shop around. Don't go to the first gas station you see. abc15.com/gas has some of the lowest prices that are going to be nearest to you. Also, maybe consider paying in cash, because some gas stations, they can actually give up to a 20-cent discount. Also, join some of those loyalty or rewards programs in order to save. The Costco where I'm at this morning, it's about $2.87 a gallon. You can compare that to about $3.30 a gallon at the gas station down the street. We talk about it all the time. How much can Costco, for example, really save you? It's a $65 membership, and I did the math this morning. You can save about $20 a month if you fill up at Costco, and then you can compare that with the annual fee. It's going to take about 3 to 4 months to make up that annual fee. So that might be an option for you to consider. Nick and Megan, I'll send things back to you.
Yeah, it is a great idea because there is such a stark difference in some of these, but you wonder if it is worth it. Jamie, standing outside a Costco I love to frequent there and fill up. Maybe you can ride my coattails a little bit.
I was going to say, I know you've been trying to get me on the bandwagon to join.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Do it.
I could be a Thompson.
I was going to say the same thing. We've been talking about Nick joining Costco for over a year now.
Yeah.
Jamie,
Okay.
you did the math, you know.
Yeah, just call me Nick Warren from now on. ABC 15's Nick Warren. All right, Jamie, thank you for crunching the numbers for us.